Plumes of smoke rising with the sun in Gaza as Israeli airstrikes continue to pound targets in retaliation for the barrage of militant rockets falling on Israel. Amid an international call for an end to the conflict, Israeli leaders are pressing on with an offensive to destroy the armed factions of Hamas and Islamic Jihad. Caught in the crossfire are the casualties of war. The Palestinians report 215 deaths, including 61 children and 36 women. Israel says it has lost 12 of its citizens. And there's the aftermath of the bombs and rockets. Nearly 450 buildings in the Gaza Strip have been destroyed or badly damaged, including 6 hospitals. Hamas began firing rockets 8 days ago in retaliation for what it called Israeli abuses of Palestinians in Jerusalem. Some fear that unless this ends soon, it could escalate into an all-out war like in 2014. Jim Phillips, Middle East analyst for the Conservative Heritage Foundation, agrees.
I think it could stretch on. It started the same way this one did with Hamas rocket launchers. As long as Hamas continues to launch rockets, it will be very difficult to stop this.
Israel claims Hamas has fired more than 3,500 rockets in the past week. They say most of them fell short. This latest uprising triggered a general strike by thousands of Palestinians in Israel and all along the occupied West Bank. Here in New York, several hundred people took part in a pro-Palestinian demonstration that began in front of the Israeli consulate and continued to the United Nations. Free, free Palestine! Chanting anti-Israeli slogans, the protest was loud but peaceful. As for the United Nations, for the third time, the U.S. refused to sign a statement approved by the 14 other member nations that was directed at Israel's dealings with the controversial settlements.
It's important to remember that this statement was crafted by China, and it will serve Chinese national interests, but not necessarily the interests of international peace and security.
The United Nations now has a diplomatic envoy in the region dealing in mediation, and they've scheduled an emergency session of the General Assembly for Thursday. President Biden, meantime, under pressure to do more to help broker a ceasefire. He had a second conversation with Prime Minister Netanyahu, telling him again that the United States supports Israel's right to defend itself, while at the same time urging him to do all in his power to protect civilians. Live at the United Nations, I'm Marvin Scott, Pix 11 News. Corey?